Hello everybody and welcome back to Season 36 of the Pokemon Cup series. Today we're here at Twin Ring Motegi in Japan for the running of the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate 500. It is the last race of World Tour 36 and not to forget to mention, but it's also the last race of the regular season for the Cup series, and we will see which drivers will be in the playoffs. So before we begin and we go through the starting lineup, let's go through all the drivers that have already won this season. There you see the list right here of all the drivers that have at least one win in Season 36 up to this point. There's Cullen Francis, Nick Salmon, Zach Fitzwater, Lauren Martinez with 2 wins each, and the others have 1 win to get themselves in the playoffs. Will we see another name added to that list, or will we stay at 20 drivers locked in the playoffs? So, without further, and we might even see the regular season champion lock his or her spot in the playoffs too, if that driver does not have a win this season. So who knows? Anyway, let's go through the starting lineup here today. On the pole for the race, we have the 22 of Max Ferrier. On the outside is the 38 of Carter Friesen. In row 2 is the 97 of Pichu and the 72 Lauren Martinez. Row 3 is the 00 Christian Vargas and the 51 Anthony Lopez. Row 4 is the 3 of Billy Bishop and the 43 of Riley Spurley-Tube. And running out your top 10 are the 14 of Johnny Gardner and the 17 of White Quail. So here we go. Without further ado, let's take you trackside of the command to fire up the engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
Cars roll off the track and it'll be 34 laps here at Twin Ring Motegi. So now we'll see who will lock his or her spot into the last playoff spot. Will we see that happening? And we will have the regular season points all added up at the end of this race, and of course all the stage points and playoff points they've earned. So here we go. We're about to go green here at Twin Ring Motegi. Why did I say Biker Neki? I have no idea. But anyway, we're about to go green here in the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate 500. Green is out here at Motegi. Max Ferrier leads this race, already won the Daytona 500, so he's already locked into the playoffs. But will he have his second win of the season at this track? He's been close to that second win. He's had a couple runner-ups in this season as well. So he really wants to win Motegi and get momentum into the playoffs. And have himself be one of the multiple race winners this season. He probably should have been, because he won the All-Star race this season. I almost forgot to mention that Max Ferrier won the All-Star race. So he wants the momentum as well with that second win. That win was just for bragging rights, by the way, the All-Star race. But he still wants to be back in victory lane. He wants to win. Anthony Lopez in second place has not won this season, very shockingly, a season after he won 4 races. Now, he's trying to get his first win of the season. Goes to show it was a tale of 2 seasons for Lopez, and now he's trying to get back in the playoffs. Trying to get a run in the bottom lane here. Trying to get that 22 to nudge. Carter Friesen goes down low. And he's going to go for a position battle. And he's got him. Roger Ray down low, 32. And Cullen Francis down to the 1. And it looks like Francis is going to try to get a position right here. Oh, he might get 2. And he's going to do it. He's going to get 2 positions down the bottom lane. And he's got him. Anthony Lopez in the 51 is in second place, and third place is Pichu. And Pichu's in third, but he already has a win, although he is ineligible to be in the playoffs because he's one of my own drivers. But he can't say he did win in the 99 this season, so he did have a good win to his belt. So at least he got that out of the way. At least he got the one win out of the way. So he's more than happy to have at least won a race this season in that 99 team. So, by the way, in this World Tour, he has been in that 97 car for Obiaka, as they're going to be moving over to the Cup Series next season. So Obiaka is having a test run here in the World Tour for their new cars that'll be run next season. So it's pretty much a test run here for the team. And Pichu's the one to test it out first. But then that 97, that'll be a full-time ride next season in the Cup Series. So they're going to give this a give the team a spin. And after this race, Pichu will be back in the 99 car. So he'll be back in that 99 team. By the way, with this being the regular season finale, there are no stages. Just full-on racing from here on out. No stage points. No playoff points added in this race only because it's the regular season finale. So, yeah, none of the stage points and stage racing here. We're going to have full-on racing like we've always have been before, but we're going to have full-on racing and no worries on the stages. Looks like Lopez might try to get the lead right here from the 22 car. He's looking low. He might try to make a pass. He is right behind the 22's tail. He is going to try to get that pass. Lopez is going to try to make the move. He's going to go down on the low line. Let's see if he gets the move right here. Still on the bumper. He might try to outbrake him in this corner. And he still can't quite get there. He doesn't get the run here on the corner. So it looks like that 22 is going to be the leader still. But oh boy, look at Lopez. He's still getting the run. Now he looks like he might try to get him right here on the battle for the lead. Here he comes. Will Lopez complete the move on this corner for the lead? Can he do it? And he's going to do it. So Lopez does take the lead after all from the 22 car. He's got it. Lopez leads, trying to add his name to the winners list here in the Cup Series and trying to get himself into the playoffs at the last moment. Wouldn't that be something to see Lopez get back in victory lane and get into the run again? Joshua Saculli in third place also I don't think has a win this season, so he wants to get in too. And there's Colin Francis, fourth place. We mentioned him earlier. He had 2 wins this season. Would love to get a third here today. And probably would spoil anybody else's chances of getting in the playoffs, especially Lopez's chances to get in. Tommy Highsmith in the 6th position, already a winner this season. Vargas is not a winner this season, shockingly, and he's trying to really salvage a good season here. I think Maxwell already won, DeLello already won, so they're already winners this season. That's their top 10 here, and look at Sean Kennedy battle with Alex Hawkins. We saw that last race in Brands Hatch, and it came down to the wire in overtime, and Alex Hawkins was leading, and then he crashed out with Pichu on the first lap of overtime, and it came down to the wire, and the winner of that race was Lauren Martinez, running 10th. So Lauren Martinez in that race, she had her 2nd career win last weekend and her 2nd win of the season too, so she is all but good in the playoffs. She's all but locked into the playoffs. So yeah. Doesn't have to worry about the results of this race to get in the playoffs. She is sitting in 10th, and she might lose 10th, but again, doesn't have to worry about what happens in this race. She's already locked in with those 2 wins. DeLello down low. Can he go for that position? He's got him. So far, a caution-free race here in Motegi, which is very a little bit uncharacteristic for the track. Last race, we've had a few cautions. We had a lot of cautions last race at Brands Hatch and 2 races ago by Kernecki, so it was a nice enough break for these guys to run caution-free. I'm sure all these guys are happy that this race is going caution-free so far, that they can finally race at their top speed, because they've had cautions everywhere in the last 2 races of the World Tour, and now they got a break. They got themselves a break, and now are running caution-free so far. No stages here in this race, but caution-free. They've been running real smooth there. Lopez still leads. Max Fear runs second, and Joshua Sacculli in 3rd place. Ooh, Zachary DeLello trying to get position from Vargas. And he will. He got the position from the 00 car. Uh-oh, I think they're 3 wide behind. Oh, boy. And now look, Sean Kenny's going to get to the bottom lane. He's got it. And they got that position now. Not much racing's going on here in Motegi, but could be down to the final laps. There's Sacculli running 3rd position now, trying to catch Max Ferrier for the 2nd spot. Then it would be a battle of the 2 non-winners this season, so wouldn't that be exciting? So this is probably not the most exciting Motegi race I've had in recent memory, but caution-free though, after having the last 2 races filled with cautions, it's got to be something. So it's kind of a break for these guys not to wreck each other out for the win and trying to race to their top speed. Motegi is just beautiful to race at. A very unique track oval. It's an egg-shaped oval. It even has a road course. The track even has a road course built to it. And adjacent to the oval, believe it or not. So, yeah, if Motegi ever makes a road course here for Intertown 3... we definitely would be going there. Have a double header in Motegi running with a road course there, and of course the oval here, having 2 races in Japan. Wouldn't that be nice? Just 14 laps to go for Anthony Lopez, trying to dominate this day and win here to get himself in the playoffs. It's been a pretty bad season so far for Lopez after winning 4 races. Or I think he might have won 5 races last season, but he won 4 or 5 races last season. So he was dominant there in that season. I'm surprised that he didn't win the championship with those wins. But it's a tight battle with the 2 wins drivers, and I haven't actually added up all the regular season points yet. And so I gotta wonder, who's going to be the regular season champion? That's a mystery. Here comes Sacculli. And here comes Francis. Who's going to make the move first? We got some prolific drivers here in the top 5, by the way. And I mentioned Max Ferrier, by the way. He was the Daytona 500 winner. Now still in second. And now he's got a battle with these guys behind him. All trying to catch up to that 22 team. Last time we had a caution-free race like this, I believe, was at New Hampshire. And we had a caution with 2 to go that brought overtime in that race and came down the wire. So we'll see if Motegi will be the same thing. Looks like Francis finally got a run as he's going for 3rd place. Into the brakes. And there goes Francis in 3rd position now. Now he might not be done yet, though, guys. The former champion looks to get back to victory lane and possibly win for the third time in season 36. Here he comes again. This is for second. Can he do it? Can he get the run? He's on the apron right here. Oh, he's on the brakes right here again. And he's still right behind there as well. And Anthony Lopez's lead is built up to almost a second. So Lopez is trying to pull away and get himself the victory. Kind of not the most exciting race I thought it would be, but if Lopez does win, he's locked in the playoffs, and that'd be great. So here we go. Oh boy, Francis took a bad run, and that could mean the 7 could get that third spot back. Oh, they're bumper to bumper, neck and neck. 7 car just got that third position away again. Good job for the 7. Back in third. And the second spot now with the 22 behind him. Ahead of him, ahead of him. We had a battle for a top 5 spot behind them, and Sean Kennedy just took 5th. Sean Kennedy's in the 5th position now, and he's far away, though, from the lead. So he probably will not be getting the playoffs with that win, but it's only his first season, so hopefully more is to come of Sean Kennedy. And we still have 10 races left, all in the playoffs, but we have seen upsets during the playoffs, and we've seen those other drivers shine in those playoff races against the playoff drivers. So some of those drivers, it might not be over yet for their chance to get a win in season 36 before everything, just about everything, changes in season 37 with a whole new mod, couple new teams, couple new paint schemes, maybe even a couple new drivers next season. But we just got to finish this season here in 36 and going to bring it home. Lopez has just dominated this race from start to finish. Probably not the most exciting race ever, but with the 2 last races having a lot of wrecks, it was a little bit of a break for these guys to be running here. Oh, wow, they're going to pit. Oh, now things have started to take a turn. There's pit stops. Oh, boy. This is going to turn this race upside down. Anthony Lopez stayed out. The others pit. Will Lopez pit on this lap? And will there be a caution that brings overtime here in Motegi? It looks like Lopez will pit. He's coming down. Here we go. The 7 car, Sakali, comes down. Oh, the 43 is going to stay out. Okay, Raleigh Spurley Tube stays. The others pit. Oh, yeah, this is going to come. It's all going to come down to this, folks. So Raleigh Spurley Tube is nearly a lap down, but he's staying out. I wonder where he's going to be scored at. Coming to 5 laps to go. Oh no, 88 has a problem. Oh, what happened? Did he get turned around? Is there a caution? No, there's no caution. Why was the 88 slow then? There's no caution, and what happened? He just stopped. Wow, he just went slow and then he just picked up the speed again. What was that about? Was he trying to bring out a caution? Was Tommy Highsmith trying to bring out a caution? Because that was really strange that he just nearly stopped in the middle of the track. Wow, okay. 51 just did it again. What's going on? And now they're saying Sakali's the leader. You gotta be kidding me. Joshua Sakali leads this race. Wow. Lopez just stopped in the middle, and now the 7 car just took the lead. I don't know what was going on there. What was that about? Like, they were stopping in the middle of the track before the start finish line. I don't know what they were doing, but I think it's going to cost the 51 the win. Unbelievable. Sakali is the leader. I never expected that would happen. Wow, are you kidding me? That is insane. Lopez on pit road again. I think he had a problem and he had to come down to pit road. 2 laps to go for Sakali. He's got lap traffic behind him though. Can he hold off the 22 of Max Ferrier? Will there be a caution that brings overtime? And this regular season finale. Oh my gosh, it's going to come down the wire. Coming to the white flag with 1 lap to go. Joshua Sakali. Can he hold on for the win and get himself in the playoffs? White flag is in the air. No caution will stop these guys. Doesn't look like the 11 will be a factor for the leader in the 7. So it looks like Joshua Sakali might be the last one in the playoffs. Down the final corner, here comes Joshua Sakali. In a surprise race, in a surprise ending, he's going to take the checkered flag in the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate 500 at Twin Ring Motegi. He is in the playoffs. Joshua Sakali, how about that? What a win for that team. Getting the final spot, maybe the final spot in the playoffs. And he is in with that win. Wow, I never expected we'd get pit stops here to change things up in this race. This race was otherwise not exciting, but the excitement just turned up high when they were pitting. And some of them just stopped and all of a sudden just stopped weirdly. I've never seen that before in any race, but yeah, it happened. And Joshua Sakali, he adds his name to the winners list here in the Pokemon Cup Series Season 36, and more importantly, he is in the playoffs. So I'm going to have to add up all the points and the stage points as well, and we'll see who's going to be the regular season champ. So I'm going to make some updates, and when we come back, we'll reveal who won the regular season title. Alrighty guys, here are the final regular season points here in the Cup Series. Everything has been added up, and your regular season champion is Anthony Then. By just 2 points over James Richardson, he will take the regular season crown. So congratulations to Anthony Then on becoming the regular season champion. Anyway, the playoff points are on the right of your screen. We added up all the stage wins, all the playoff points they've earned on stages, and all the points they've earned in races, bonus points they've earned by winning races as well, and bonus points that they've earned by being the highest among the playoff drivers in the regular season points. All the additions have been made, and if you know the top 10, how the top 10 points work in the playoffs, if you've seen my other videos before, you know how the point standings work, and we use the playoff points for this. So all the points have been added up, and there you see the final results, the final regular season points results from the all 26 races this season. I only include the top 5s along with it as well, just to break ties, because that was as far as it would go in terms of breaking ties for this season, in case they had the same number of points. The ones and the ones like the numbers 1 to 5 and 6 like next to their points are playoff points if they are applicable to playoff drivers, and we'll get to that in a bit. But here are the playoff points, just so you know, and here's how the playoff field is going to go down. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 drivers in the playoff field this season. I'm not going to be adding another driver this season in the playoff field because it's one more than half the field. So that's already good enough for a playoff spot. So half the drivers are in the playoffs. The other half are just going to race for wins. So anyway, there's Pichu though. He isn't eligible for the playoffs because he's one of my own drivers. He did have one win and was third in points. And the playoff points, by the way, that they on the playoff points they earned by winning stages. If they're not in the playoffs, they become regular points. So Pichu had one playoff point for winning a stage, and so he will turn that into a regular season point, and he will get 750. He will end up with in the regular season. Other ones who have earned other non-winners who have earned playoff points will instead be used as regular points. I'll look through every one of them. Riley Spurley, too, 3 playoff points he earned. He didn't get in the playoffs, so those will become regular season points. His new total is 636. Also, let's just check for a bit here. Ben Goldman, 551. His new total will be 553 after earning 2 stage points. 2 playoff points for winning stages, but he did not get in the playoffs as well. And the rest of the results, as you can see here on the screen. The only driver, by the way, active in this series, in this season, to have not earned a top 5 was Austin Stitzel. Kind of strange, huh? But sometimes it just works. Sometimes that's just the way it goes. But anyway, yeah. The regular season points, no, they don't carry over into the playoffs. But every playoff driver gets 1,000 points. 5 points, they get 5 extra playoff points for every win they get before the playoffs begin. They also get bonus points for being in the top 10 among playoff drivers in regular season points. So I think first place earns 12, and the second place earns 10, third goes 8, and it goes down by 1 from there, if I'm not mistaken. So I did that calculation, and I put it all in the playoff points. Oh, no, sorry. First place gets 15 playoff points, second 10 playoff points, third 8 playoff points. That's among the playoff drivers for those who got into the playoffs, and it's added over. And of course, the playoff points they earn for winning stages, that's also added into the equation as well. So we got the final, so we have the playoff points all set up, and 21 drivers will be in the playoffs. So here is the playoff field and all the playoff points they will be starting off for season 36. There's your playoff totals. As you can see, Cullen Francis will be having the most playoff points than any other driver at 1,022. Anthony then follows him with 1,021. Nick Sam and James Richardson with 1,017. Fitzwater Ferry have 1,014 each. Johnny Garner has 1,013. Goldberg has 1,011. And Martinez, Highsmith, and Dunbar 1,010. Christian Russell, Carter Freeze, 1,008. J.D. Jones and Eli Brett 1,007. And Dylan Kroom, Joshua Sicoli, Alex Hawkins, O'Neal Bobbin, and Zachary DeLello 1,006. And Grayson Acevedo, I almost forgot to put him in the right place, 1,005 points. So that's how the points are going to be set up for the drivers here in the playoffs in season 36. So you can pause the video or go back to it to see where your driver ended up in the final point standings. But this is your playoff field for the start. And before we go, though, I do want to show you one little thing before we go here and go into the playoffs. Of course, sorry, I do apologize for my stuttering a bit, but I want to recap you where the playoff races are going to be at. Anyway, the playoffs will begin, of course, at Indianapolis, and then we will go to Richmond, and Gravis City Zone 11 will end round 1. Round 2 will end at round 2 will be at Texas, Phoenix, ISM Raceway, if you prefer, and Watkins Glen. If you're wondering where Watkins Glen was in the entire schedule, that race will now be in the cutoff race in round 2 of the playoffs for the Cup Series. And then round 3 will be Talladega, Orlando, and Coca-Cola Superspeedway. They'll be all super speedways from here on out. And Zen Joltis, of course, will wrap up the season and determine who will be our champion for season 36, the real champion for the season. Anyway, I wanted to say one more thing. Oh, yeah, how the eliminations are going to go down. So we have 21 drivers, so this means we're going to eliminate only 5 drivers in round 1, and it'll be down to 16 drivers in round 2. And then in round 2, we're going to cut the field in half to 8 drivers remaining. And then we will cut that field from 8 to 4. So the final 4 will be competing for the title at Zen Joltis. So playoffs round 1, 21 drivers are going to be in the playoffs. And then we have 16 in round 2. And then in round 3, we will have 8. And finally, in the final round, we will have 4 drivers. This is so that the first round doesn't eliminate a lot of drivers right off the bat. And we just keep it simple. And then round 2, we're halfway through the playoffs. We cut half the field. And and of course, round 3 will have 8. So again, half of them will be in the championship fight at Zen Joltis. So anyway, that's how the points are going to be made here in the playoffs. And we hope you guys will stick around. for all 10 races of the playoffs in season 36. Until then, we will see you guys later. Indianapolis will begin the playoffs, so until next time, we will see you later.